breaking news. The Miami Dolphins have still not fired Mike McDaniel, even though he lost 31-6 to the Browns. And so for the Dolphins, I just got to ask, what are we doing here? So for the Miami Dolphins, little background on me. I do all of the games, right? And I did a couple in the preseason. I wanted to do a preseason of all of the teams during training camp, just like what their outlook was. But I only got to a couple. The biggest one that was interesting to me was the Dolphins, because I remember seeing a clip where their players were doing cartwheels in training camp. It already had ended bad. And I just have a bunch of articles. I still actually see them come up in my YouTube. Mike McDaniel is sinking. The Dolphins have a Tua problem. And a lot of these times, you have opinions, and then you watch the games, and as you're watching the games, sometimes your opinions will change. Maybe I've been a little too harsh on this guy, or maybe I was wrong about this situation. With the Dolphins,
that was easy.
I mean, my God, dude. These dudes suck. And I knew they sucked in the preseason, and that's never a great sign. I think the Titans were like this as well. I was like, these are going to be two of the worst teams in the league. The Saints around there, but at least they had a new coach, so give them a year or two before you start looking at that. But there's nothing here. Tua was awful. 3 picks. He had a back-to-back pick sequence that was amazing. One where he was just in the end zone throwing it because they were down 24-6, sorry. And he just panicked through a pick. And then next play, for no reason, just came out there, threw a pick again. Basically was like, get me out of this game. I don't want to play. And he was like, all right, I'll get you out. Put Quinn Ewers in there. He also almost threw a pick. It's a disaster. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, their offense sucks. Their defense sucks. I'm sorry, Dolphins fans, but it's just at that point where it's gotta be. He should be fired. He should have been fired, honestly, before this season. He should be fired now. And when he does get fired at the end of the season, I don't think that McDaniels is the whole problem. I think the team doesn't have talent, but he definitely is part of the problem, and they don't respect him. Defensively, I mean, they actually almost got a pick and then had a penalty. It's just like they're bad. Tua is tied for the league in interceptions. He's got 10. Their run defense is still 32nd. Without Tyreek Hill, I mean, this is why you saw Tyreek Hill smiling. He's like, God, thank God, dude. I get to get the fuck out of here. Dolphins suck, man, and they're becoming week in, week out. So at a certain point, there's some teams that are funny, and at a certain point, you just want to watch some good games. And at week 8, week 9, maybe I'm a little spoiled at this upcoming point. The Dolphins were still pretty hilarious. I can't lie. I mean, having a penalty take back a pick and then immediately the next play, Judkins taking off for a touchdown. It's pretty amazing stuff. The Browns hadn't scored over 17 points in 11 games. I believe the video we made, I titled it, "What's Gonna Win? Browns bet no offense or Dolphins no defense." Antonio the Tiger took the Dolphins, and I was giddy. I was like, bet. The Browns can do one thing well, and the Dolphins have shown it doesn't matter who you are, you can run the ball on them. Especially Judkins, going to eat 3 touchdown rushes. Easy. They're soft. They can't stop anything. They have no D tackles. They have no linebackers. They have no toughness. They don't really have defensive discipline. Offensively, they can't score. A-Chain is good, but other than that, the receivers lacking, and the quarterback is just a mess. Again, he's a turnover machine. He's a finger pointer. The coach, every day, well, at least last week, I saw a bunch of memes with him. There was one with his like leg. It's going to be interesting, but his leg, he was just standing in a stance that was wild. There was a quote with a Dolphins fan on Twitter, just like, all right, I'm done. I mean, apparently, I wasn't paying attention, but his wardrobe a couple weeks ago, which is wild. He just doesn't do anything to elicit respect. He started stuttering and muttering, and he's been a dead coach walking all year. The players know it. They're showing up probably even later because now you're not winning games. Like, why give a fuck? I don't blame them. And it's calling it bad would be an understatement, but it is entering the realm of unfortunate. We do not want to be in an NFL season, which is just pointlessness. They're not building on anything. Their quarterback, by the way, also too, it just got the bag. Chris Greer's apparently been there 14 years. They haven't won a playoff game in their last 10 appearances. They went in some rain and they lost immediately. These are all problems that we know about the Dolphins, and they fixed none of them. They proved every single thing you can say about the Dolphins right, and they do it on an almost weekly basis. Now, a couple weeks, I was like, all right, their offense picking up a little bit. In the warm weather, they were looking good against Chargers before they choked that game away or whatever. But I think soon, I'm trying to think, did they play? They did. They played the Patriots in Miami in September and lost that game. So that means you're going to have to play the Patriots in cold weather. I don't remember where they played the Bills. Maybe it doesn't matter. I'll look it up. I'm doing this for you Dolphins fans out of respect for you guys, because this was one of those where I'm just like, does this even matter? It doesn't. They play the Falcons. I don't think they'd be any of these teams. Falcons, Ravens, Bills, Commanders, maybe the Saints, maybe the Jets. There you go. Bengals, Bucks, Steelers. They're like 3 wins tops. And look at Tua's contract, actually. It's clear everyone needs to go. Now, whether Stephen Ross does it or not, I don't know. He was quick to pull the trigger when it was Brian Flores. That's why Brian Flores sued him. And as we're seeing right now, Dolphins fans, tell me if I'm wrong, and this could just be me, but Flores at least, dang, he signed a 4-year extension in July 2024. That's a year ago. So he's in what? Year tops 3 years left. Let me look at his contract. Actually, extension means he could have had some years left. Oh boy, Tua turned the ball over. Oh my gosh, he's under contract for 4 more years. 26, 27, 28. There's a potential out in 2027 with $34 million in dead cap. He's making 39, 31, 41. Cap hit 56, 53, 65 after this year. God. Dang. Yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad out here. Sheesh. I just don't. So that means now your next regime is probably going to have to keep. This isn't second guessing it, because this is why I'm doing this, because in the future, when I say things, at least we'll be able to find the evidence. But it was clear to me, like, why are you paying Tua? He had done nothing. Respectfully, he had some cool regular season numbers, but if you can't win in the cold, you can't really win playoff games unless you get home field advantage. And when they had the chance to get home field advantage against the Bills, he choked it. And I was going to say, at least with Flores, they look professional. I do think some of that carried over to the McDaniel reign, and that's what you saw those first couple years. Like, you saw the defense was maintaining, and Vic Fangio as well, was maintaining some sort of average relevance. And the offense was new, just took over the league. Tyreek Hill, Waddle, Tua before all these concussions, Mostert as well as A-Chain. Like, they were boat racing people. People didn't know what to do. And I still think the offense can look good, but it doesn't really matter. The team has completely given up on McDaniels. I've given up on McDaniels just in Miami. I think he's a really good offensive play caller, actually. One of the better ones in the league. But it just doesn't matter because you just have no faith, no trust, and the quarterback stinks. So for the Dolphins, man, it's just another week of being ass. At least you lose to the Browns. You're in number 1 pick range. You got to lose to the Jets. So maybe you don't fire, or maybe just let everybody just continue to lose and be terrible. But yeah, man. Sad, depressing season for Miami Dolphins, but one that honestly, I can't lie, if you were really paying attention, you kind of saw it coming, because you just keep your eyes open sometimes.
That was easy.
It ain't that complicated. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please watch some of the other videos on the site. I've created a playlist with each and every football team, and every week we will be going over those games. I'm really loving this, enjoying it, and hoping you guys are as well. Of course, like, subscribe, and if anyone wants to sponsor, we're looking for Lumia Sports Productions is looking for sponsors. Shout us out. We will shout you out during the video. Thank you guys again for watching. Have a great day. Enjoy.